And also, we had a growth in the annual transaction as well. So we went up from 21 million to 23 million Aussie. This shows the growth mainly from clients that we had like MasterCard and TikTok, showing that growth this year, 23, and we hope to keep the same momentum from 24 as well. Next. Yeah, so just the highlight of the numbers and the main achievement, as said, we had about 3.1 million Aussie revenue in 23. The growth, it's about 64%. And compared to F22, it was 1.88 million. The record transaction we had, transaction volume went up by 11% to 23.7 million Aussie. Trade receivable, we have about 3.57 million clients due to Way2VAT payments to us. And the gross margin, this is one of the key things for Way2VAT for long term. The gross margin that it's about 80%, 78%, showing how we are managing the company in terms of the operation and the lower cost, thanks to technology. So technology really can provide us this profitability. And for long term, if we'll have some significant revenue on top of the revenue that we have today, this really can lead us to profitability. This key factor, the 78% gross margin, is a key factor, and we would like to keep it for the long term. And again, I said, thanks to technology, and it's all about scalability. Once we have more and more clients, more revenue, we will see the profitability arrives to that area as well. Next. So the growth strategy, we are in the momentum phase. So as you know, the market that we are addressing, it's about $20 billion unclaimed yearly. It's all about technology, and we think that we have the right technology in the right timing. It's all about timing once you have technology in startup companies. I think what we invested in the last few years, even before the AI, that it was machine learning, the patterns that we are presenting can get us to will bring us the benefits of that. So the AI really can get us to new product line, a new revenue, a new client base. We also announced a few weeks ago the AI compliance product. This is a revolutionary product. A need came from the market. I think we are the only vendor today that we are addressing these pain points with large corporates with having that solution. And lastly, we are looking, as said, all the time for inorganic growth by having acquisition, mainly in Europe. So we are in process of looking for a few opportunities. The idea is mainly to have a client base through those acquisitions with companies that have a limited technology or zero technology. We call it offline companies. And by that, to provide them our platform to their clients, and through that to bring more business and revenue and profitability to the company. Next. So let's discuss about the competitive advantage. Our business is the VAT GST. It's a platform that we built in the last few years. It's an AI platform based on machine learning technology patterns that we invested in the last few years. We do end-to-end, fully optimized, automated VAT GST reclaim. As said, is patented AI technology. Simple digital integration. It's all about images getting for different ERP systems. And this is what we are doing here daily. Bottom line, we are providing more money, more accuracy to our clients based on our technology. Next. So in Way2VAT, today we have three main pillars. In the VAT domain, what we are doing today in terms of the VAT GST reclaim, we do a global VAT GST. When we are saying global VAT GST, that means mainly for T&E, for travel expense, and expense mainly for companies are large one. They have subsidiaries all over. Employees are traveling around the globe for any expense they are generating. Potentially, we are reclaiming those VAT for them, GST for them. And this is for the T&E. For local, we do a lot of T&E for local as well, for local VAT GST. That means companies that their employees are traveling in their own countries. This is something came to COVID. It was like a pivot, a very successful one. The first client was Aviva, the largest insurance company in Europe and in UK. We started with a pilot with them, and the rest is history. We succeeded with our clients launching this pillar. Is one of the main building blocks of our revenue, local VAT GST for T&E. And lastly, and the most importantly, I would say, it's the AP invoices, foreign AP. When we are talking about foreign AP, that means expenses that are not T&E, mainly for consultants, advertisement, anything that relates to the business, but it's not T&E, very large invoices. And this is the pillar, the last one that we have started launching that 2 years ago. And we are seeing the benefits by the revenue and by the growth that we've been showing in 2023. In general, we have about 345 clients, mainly in Europe, some in APAC. Market that we are addressing, as said, is about $20 billion unclaimed yearly. This is came from a study, came from Ernst & Young. We have 4 locations. Headquarters is in Tel Aviv. We have our London office that is running our business in Europe. We have our office in Barcelona, Spain, by the company that we acquired, Develoiva. We have an operational office in Craiova, Romania. We are in the run rate of 1 million invoices monthly, and this goes by high scalability and being supported by our technology and AI machine. Next. So for the current product line, we are addressing 40 different countries. Most of them are in Europe, 20 languages. The VAT rate is between 8% to 27%, so it's a huge vehicle for countries. 8%, you can find it in the APAC countries, 8 to 10, and 27% is in the Nordic countries. The 40 countries that we are presenting here are mainly for the current product line. For the new product line, we added additional 40 countries, in total 80 countries. Bear in mind that there are about 175 countries with the VAT. But we can reclaim a foreign VAT just in 40 countries, those that you are seeing here. For the new product line, it's additional 40 on top of this list. Next. So we have about 345 enterprise clients when we are saying enterprise, we all the time calling our slogan is 1+1. So we are saying we are addressing clients with at least 1,000 employees with a $1 billion revenue. So you can see here clients like TikTok and Pizza Hut and BASF in Germany, Ernst & Young, Amdocs, Aviva, MasterCard, Playmobil, CBRE, Farfetch, Sumitomo Bank, Raiffeisen Bank, and others. Next. And some clients, it's a short list that I'm presenting here that we've been signed, some newcomers like Ali Lilly, Nestle, Camper, Sony Electronics, PGIM, and others. Next. So in Way2VAT, it's all about technology. Our main strength is technology. We build a very powerful platform, invested millions of dollars to be one of the leader in this industry. Here you can see the list of patents that we are having, mainly on the process of the VAT, reclaiming that online based on AI. We have 3 different families here. Each family represents about 2 to 3 different patents. Patents has been registered in the US and also in process in Europe. So we have like a protection of 20 years for each patent. Next. So the process of getting the VAT in terms of the technology, it's all about images. We need to get invoices. For us, invoices, it's revenue. Once we are getting invoices, we getting invoices from different sources. Once the images arrive to our platform, we do like the image manipulation. We do it like on each individual invoice, pre-processing, we are calling that. And then we do image to line matching. Then we are getting the image and the raw data from different location, and we do the match between the two. We do auto cropping for each individual invoice. And then we do the cleanup in the invoice data. We do the cleanup. We do looking for duplicates. We're looking for missing info, irrelevant year or irrelevant country. Then it goes to validation, claimable expense type, the VAT rates, the validation supplier VAT ID, and many items on top of it. And then we have like 3 main things here. Green light, it's claimable, so it goes automatically to the portal of the jurisdiction that we are submitting, or unclaimable, that it's we cannot reclaim, it's expired, it's not an invoice, it's a credit card slip or things like that, or loss potential. Loss potential is a big thing. Companies are not following the rules. For instance, they are providing pro forma invoice and not an invoice. So we are trying to coach them through that and to improve the claimability for them by showing that in our platform online. So we are showing these 3 items on each individual client. Next. So AI is in our blood. Bear in mind, this is not a slogan. We are not telling story here. We started our journey with the machine learning, a basic platform, and then we have a very powerful AI. We are using our algorithmics that we developed in the last few years. Here you can see the claimability detection that we do for each individual invoice. VAT business or GST business is a tricky one. There are a lot of regulation around it in different countries. It's itemized. On the same invoice, you can see different VAT rates. Some of them can be 0, some of them can be 7%, some of them can be 25%. We need to check on each individual invoice, on each individual item. So the system in a large scale are doing that almost in real time. And this is one of the advantages that we are having. We are showing here the relationship between items to help us to have an high accuracy between currencies and languages and items. And in the end, we are, I can say today, about 90% accuracy around that. Next. Here you can see the high level of integration with third parties. For us, it's all about getting images. So bear in mind, images cannot come to our platform from nowhere, mainly from the ERP system. So you can see players here that we are getting data from Oracle, from SAP, from Xero, from Sage, for other T&E players, SAP Concur. We can get images from computer, mobile hyper scanner. Once we are getting those images, this goes automatically to our platform, AI platform. We call it Aya. And then we do two things. We are submitting that by specific forms per country. And then we are getting cash to our bank account and we are sharing that with the client. And then we have the local VAT. We are submitting a report, and through the report, the clients can submit their VAT and they can get the cash back from the jurisdiction. Next. So this is a short example of the dashboard, one of the dashboard that we are having. So client can see real-time breakdown between how much been submitted, what are the claims that are in process, what are the claims that have been lost potential, per country, per expense type. It's a multilingual system, multi-currency and multi-year. So this is the advantage here. Clients can go by subsidiary, can go by employee, can break down by employee or by unit or any breakdown or filtering they would like to do. System can provide them that. Next. So just about our product suite. Today, we are getting, as said, data from ERP provider for multinationals, players, for accounting firms and others. What we are doing today is the VAT reclaim. You see it here in the black box. And then on the VAT reclaim, we do a domestic VAT reclaim and foreign VAT reclaim. And as said, the last pillar, the third pillar I presented before is the AP reclaim. These are large invoices we're doing in front of 40 different jurisdictions. We do domestic and foreign AP reclaim. And the last thing that it's a complementary is the compliance things. So we came out with a full system for online auditing of the compliance things, AI AP. It is the new product line that we are having to audit online AP invoices, mainly for local VAT and GST. And this is a complementary to our product line, like it's a one-stop shop, end-to-end, from reclaiming VAT to auditing. So clients, in one hand, can get cash back from us through the VAT process that we are doing, and the second hand, they can check themselves for the local VAT, for large invoices worldwide, in 80 different countries with that platform to see that there are no errors, no big mistakes, no duplicates. It's a big thing, and I will go and explain it in the next few slides. Thanks. Next. Yeah. So the AI AP compliance. This is a new announcement. This is based mainly on AI technology. We are getting data from ERP and EMS, expense management system. Once we are getting all this data, what we are doing is we do like the automatic invoice analysis. We scan invoices, we enrich the data, and then we have our VAT compliance check by claimability check and VAT calculation. We do the handshake between our own calculation and the invoice itself, and it's green or red. And this is something we do real time, and then we do the auditing report. We do the compare and the submit. This is like the high level process. Just let me emphasize why we came to that. This is something that came in the last few years, like 2 years from our clients, mainly CFO, tax directors, head of finance. It's a huge pain point for them. They are in high risk in terms of the company, high risk by them as financial directors or managing the financial department. By the VAT reclaim. VAT reclaim, if you are doing that wrongly and you have errors, this is almost, something that potentially clients can be sued by tax authorities. It's a big issue. When you are a CFO of a large company and you have 20 or 25 or 40 subsidiaries, you never cannot know if there is any errors in different subsidiaries by submitting VAT. Local, you can do just random check. Your auditors, if it's Deloitte, Ernst & Young, or others, PwC, KPMG, they do random check when they do their audit with the reports that they are providing you yearly. Way2VAT, what we are doing here, we do like A to Z. We are getting all million of invoices, and we can go on each individual invoice and we can check if there've been error there, or there is any duplication, or error in terms of the currency, error in terms of date. And this is something that today no one in the market providing a platform like that. They are trying to build some solution around it. We have launched this platform. And by the way, the gap that we had to bridge here on the basic or the baseline of the product line was minimal, because we do VAT, this is our business, all the knowledge is there. We had to expand it to that area based on the pain points that we had from our clients. Next. So here you can see we are getting data. This is an invoice, and this all the algorithmics and the AI machine, how it's validating on each individual item in the invoice. So we are looking invoice versus receipt classifier. We do the VAT calculation, item breakdown, vendor identification, language detection, image cropping, and image to line matching. Most of those items are already developed in Way2VAT years ago. So we are just enriching some of the items here in order to be more accurate and to do the final report in very high accuracy level. Next. So with that report, we are looking for lack of VAT invoices or other evidence, invoices that not paid after 6 months, a big issue. If you reclaim or didn't reclaim your VAT, deposit of VAT, GST, or for payments, also it's a big issue. When you have a deposit, we need to see if you pay partially payment for that. If you reclaim VAT, GST twice, it's also an issue. Recovering VAT correctly. Business entertainment, it's an issue. It's a partial VAT that you're having there. So you need to know how to do that. Import VAT, GST for imports good, reverse charge, motor vehicle expenses, mainly mileage for employees, supplies of stuff for third party that you are hiring staff from third parties, Also, the VAT there is exempt. And then we have the zero rating of export of goods and foreign VAT GST. This is what we are doing today. So we are checking all these items. And on top of that, we have like another 40, 50 items that we are checking on each individual invoice. Next. And the report in the end, it comes by, we call it like traffic light. It's green, it's validated. If it's red, we flag it, and the client needs to look carefully what is the error there. And if it's, we are saying yellow, then we need to check it with the client together to see if there is an issue between our validation and the understanding of the client of each item to see if there is any gaps there. So mainly these are the main items that we are providing in our report. This is an online report. We can do it, as said, in 80 different countries, in more than 20 languages. And this is one of the uniqueness of this platform. Next. So the key benefits, as said, is it's A to Z. We do A to Z check. It's not a random check that all players are doing that, or you're doing that manually. It's much more faster, so you don't need to have a manual or human intervention here. It's end-to-end automatic. It's cost-effective. We do the verification on each invoice under the compliance, looking for accuracy, and then also looking for VAT and GST, the foreign one. This is part of the solution. You need to understand that having a report, once you are wearing the hat of the auditor, we should be very, very accurate with our reports. So therefore, the technology items that we are providing really can support us this. We are in a stage of starting a soft launch pilot with a few clients. The appetite is there, and we hope, for second half of the year, starting selling this product with a long list of clients potentially that are waiting on the line to get this solution. Next. Questions.
Thank you, Amos, for that overview. For those of us who joined late, just a reminder that there is a Q&A function at the bottom of your screen. Any queries that you may have on everything that Amos has just covered this morning, type them in and we will get to them. Amos, you ready for some questions? I've got a couple coming in. The first one, let's talk about jurisdictions. I've got a couple on this, for the 40 new countries for the new compliance product. How will you execute sales across these new jurisdictions? And and linked to that, another query is, would you buy an existing player in that country, or do you start from scratch and build up the scale?
So let's start with the first question. Regarding additional 40 countries, we don't need, in the end, we are providing a report. So once we are getting the data and we will know all the regulation of each country, and we are knowing that it's also already in our platform, this is our bread and butter business, then we can submit the report. So the report is for the company itself. We don't have any connection with this product line with the jurisdiction itself. It's just a report. This for the first question. Can you repeat the second one, please, Tristan?
Yeah, so I suppose you've half answered it there in terms of how do you go about entering those additional 40 jurisdictions. And linked to that, I suppose, is how many existing clients have already taken this up?
So potentially all our existing clients, we started talking with all our existing clients. We decided to do it step by step. So we have few clients that we are starting with them now, a pilot. It's like half a dozen. Those clients are quite large, and we are looking for clients that they have more than 20, 25 subsidiaries. This is the idea. We are starting now getting data from them from different jurisdiction, and we are starting the pilot shortly. Once we'll finish that pilot with the first 6 clients, then we'll move for the entire market, and we start promoting that. So the idea first to concentrate our client base and also looking the same time for new clients as well. And then down the road, the channel by indirect sale could be players like PwC, Ernst & Young, KPMG, and others that they can use this platform from their clients. But this will be for the long term, not for the short term.
Can you explain the significance of the announcement in terms of why hasn't anyone else already done this?
I think, there are players are doing that or trying to do that. It's all about technology. When it comes to auditing, you have more responsibilities on the information you are providing to clients. And if you don't have that technology that can go to each individual invoice, and each individual invoice should goes under each regulation. And if you don't have that technology and you don't need to, and you don't know how to match regulation with technology, it can be a big issue. And Way2VAT is the vendor that's doing that in the last few years. Therefore, we are the first one. And we hope, that by that, we can gain some significant market share by providing this.
A couple on the detail of the integration. How well can this new product integrate into those ERP, SAP, Oracle systems that you mentioned on the product slide?
So today we develop already in the last few years an API that we are getting data from different ERP vendors. So we will use the same API getting this data. So we don't need to do any specific or additional development. So by the same onboarding we do for our existing clients with the existing product line, we use the same technology for the auditing as well.
Yeah, another one related to that. So do you prefer any of those systems, or are you agnostic to all of those platforms?
Agnostic, totally agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
Agnostic in terms of we are looking for large enterprise clients, in the end. So not like a small or medium. So most likely we'll find clients using Oracle or SAP or systems like that.
Another one on onboarding. How easy is it to onboard new clients with the new product, or is it easier to bring them into the new product if they're already getting VAT or AP reclaim?
If they are our clients and we already integrated to our platform, it's straightforward. It just they need to upload, like they're doing that the same. They are doing that on quarterly basis. They are pushing data to our platform. So the same thing for the auditing. They need to upload invoices on the different jurisdictions, and from that we will start auditing the files. So this is for the existing one. For new one, I would say the onboarding can take like 1 to 2 weeks maximum. And from that part, we can start preparing our audit, files.
Diving down into the business model of it, I suppose, how would you monetize the new compliance product? Is it subscriber based, or how do your customers access it?
So it's a good question. With this product line, the business model is different. We're going to charge $1 around it per invoice that they will upload to our platform. It's a different approach that we had before, like contingency based or fees. We are getting rev share from our VAT business that we have on the current product line. So this will be a combination of fixed fee. And if we will find during our process that they haven't reclaimed VAT, we get our fees on top of that. So it's a combination of the two.
Similar to the 40 extra countries, what's the potential to enter the US and or China through this new product?
Yeah, bear in mind that in US there is no VAT, GST. It's not regulated there. It's sales tax, and sales tax is a different business than VAT. So US is not included in our targets. China, it could be a huge market for us. They launched now a federal VAT, and we are aiming to enter to China down the road with the right partnership.
A macro one now. How much can you ride the AI wave? Are you concerned about the current volatility of AI stocks?
For us, the AI is in our blood. So the validity of AI in the market, we understand the sentiment. Sorry. We understand the sentiment. We know that companies that are having an AI platform solution, the sentiment could be positive. We're happy to be part of that ride. There are ups and downs there as well. But for Way2VAT, this is, again, this is our life. We develop a unique AI platform. No one can deal with 1 million on invoices if you don't have the right platform to support it. This is what we are having here.
A couple on cash position. When do we expect to reach cash flow positive or essentially profitability?
We very much would like to get there shortly. And when we are saying shortly in our business, potentially we are talking about end of this year or beginning of next year. We're almost there.
One linked to the revenue, so of the 3.1 million that you mentioned before, is this rate of growth expected to accelerate, or are we on a consistent trajectory?
So okay, do you hear me? Yeah.
Sorry, not too bad.
So we very much, Kristen, do you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yep. Carry on.
Can you repeat the last question again?
It was related to the revenue of the 3.1 million that was mentioned before. Do you expect this rate of revenue growth to accelerate, or are we on a consistent trajectory?
We're expecting to accelerate by any means the revenue. As said, we have two main vehicles here. One is the organic growth and the inorganic growth. Both needs to give us some significant revenue. We are not expecting like 5 or 10% growth. This should be the same rate we had last year minimum, and probably more than that. If we will acquire another company, so numbers will be much more higher, but the existing business should grow substantially.
One on cash burn as well. Can you give us an update on the strategies you have in place to reduce quarterly cash burn?
We reduced the cash burn dramatically in 23 compared to 22. I don't think we can reduce it much. We would like to grow, and the growth, in order to support the growth, we have to have and to inject the right investment in order to get us to the right revenue, new product line, new technologies. I think we are very slim and lean in terms of the operational part. You've been seeing the gross margin that we are presenting here. And I think bottom line, what we are expecting or we are aiming is to get a positive cash flow. And the positive cash flow, as said, we would like to reach this target end of this year, beginning of next year.
Another query related to the pilots that you talked about on the new compliance product. Can we just confirm that are you talking about revenue coming in from the new compliance product? Is it next quarter, not at the end of the year? Is that correct?
Second, revenue should come for the second half of the year. So we're expecting from Q3 onwards, we will start seeing revenue. Revenue can come before, but not significantly. So in order to see some significant revenue, I expect to see that on Q3 onwards.
One related to the gross margins that you had in one of the earlier slides. Will this new product, is that going to increase the gross margin? What's the ratio of gross margins on this product compared to the other two products?
We are the same gross margin we had in terms of 78 to 80% gross margin. One thing here, the beauty of this business model that we have a fixed fee per item. The first time we are doing that, and the margin there are nice. You know, probably our clients seeing me as well, so we should be, you know, very modest in what we are saying, but margin are very nice with that product.
And one on just on transaction volumes and the balance sheet. What are the current relationships like with the tax authorities? Are we seeing those times decrease to getting our revenue through onto the balance sheet?
Relationship with tax authorities in terms of the current product line, you know, we are getting cash from tax authorities on daily basis. Tax authorities depends on the country. There are some countries that we are getting the support and the revenue for them and the cash in 2 months' time. Or there are some countries that we are taking more than 12, even 15 months. But it's in average is decreasing the turnaround time from reclaim until we get the cash. It's being better and better. But you know, tax authorities are tax authorities. When it comes to very large number of reclaim in terms of revenue or in terms of numbers of invoice, the amount of the dollar behind the invoice, then it's they are being more caution, asking more questions. But we are here as a VAT expert, supporting our clients and trying to reduce the turnaround time for that.
Got a couple on pipeline and clients as well. So are you able to give us an overview of how the pipeline is looking and what are the main areas of focus?
The pipeline, it's a very strong one. Both Way2VAT and Develoiva in Spain. As said, we are targeting a large enterprise client, so you need to understand it's a long sales cycle with enterprise, but we have a very strong pipeline. We hope, shortly we'll announce some big deals that be signed shortly. This is for the current product line. So mainly we've been focused, or our main efforts are in Europe countries. We put a lot of efforts to get more clients in different countries in Europe now. UK is our main base, it's a baseline for clients. We have a very strong footprint there, and we very much would like to expand it in UK and Ireland as well. Yeah, so those are the countries that we will put efforts in. And for the new product that we launch now, it's the same clients in Europe. So very much would like to expand it in Europe. Long term, Australia is on our radar screen. We are waiting to see if we're going to sign shortly our first client there. If we see the appetite in the Australian market, we'll expand it more and probably put more efforts having a presence there.
Excellent. Amos, we have exhausted all the questions from the webinar, so I'll hand over to you for closing remarks.
So just to emphasize, we are in a growth stage. We are growing in any indicator that we are having in terms of the business, short-term and long-term. We raised 4.5 million Aussie last round, and potentially we can expect to have additional 5, altogether 10 million. We are looking to launch and to see how we are getting more revenue for the existing product line and the new AI product. And finally, we are looking also to look on acquisition down the road to find the right clients or I would say companies to acquire. So yeah, these are the main goals. We are very optimistic. I think we are in the right path. We have strong investors that are supporting us, like Tony and others, and we are very pleased with what we are seeing so far in terms of support in the market. And we hope to come with good news shortly. Again, thank you for your support for the entire investors. It's really a pleasure to do this webinar. I'm not seeing you, but you are seeing me. And I hope to see you soon, next in Australia.
Excellent. Amos, good evening to you. And good morning to everybody else. You can now disconnect. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.